With approximately 12,000 media personnel coming to the 2022 Asian Games, the momentous event is highly anticipated by the media. China Global Television Network, or Cgtn, is the national English channel in charge of covering the event. TVRI world reporter Audrey Utoyo spoke with Cgtn news anchor Hou Na about Cgtn's preparations for 2022 Asian Games in Hangzhou. Audrey, go ahead.
I am coming to you from the beautiful city of Hangzhou, which is the official host city of the Asian Games 2022. And as you can see behind me, there is the big lotus in which the opening ceremony was held there. And it is really beautiful. Tonight, all the colors are lit up. And I am joined by an incredibly special guest, a news anchor from China Global Television Network, the official network from China Media Group, and it is an English news channel. I'm here with Hou Na, the news anchor from Cgtn. Hello, Hou Na.
Thank you for having me, Audrey.
Thank you for joining us.
Welcome to Hangzhou.
Thank you so much. It's really exciting to be here, and I would love to know what have been the preparations that Cgtn have organized and coordinated to have a studio and for all the preparations for the 2022 Asian Games.
As you can see, we have a big studio here just outside, just in front of the big lotus, the main venue here for the Asian Games. And Cgtn from CMG China Media Group has sent a huge delegation. I think it's over 100, including journalists, reporters, and anchors, also technicians, and also our producers, directors all come together. We have long prepared for the coverage before we come here. We have reporters covering different venues, different sports events, both track and field, swimming, gymnastics, because we have so many sporting events happening each day. So we have reporters on the field to cover the latest sports events. Our gold medals, silver medals, and bronze medals. We'll interview the champions, athletes to find out the stories behind the scene and their personal stories and their struggle and pain, the tears and laughters, and the huge delegation and the special studio. As you can see, we have prepared together with the Mandarin channel from the China Media Group, and we'll have live coverage from hour to hour. A special show is ongoing from the daily basis to provide the latest information, the best frontier information to the international audience.
Wow, and you said before that there are so many people that are on the field right now. Can I know how long did it take to prepare the studio and as well to bring everyone from headquarters here, as well as how many people do you have a specific number are on the field right now covering the Asian Games?
I can see Cgtn because we have over 10 reporters covering different events, as I've said just now. The planning started a long ago, a couple of months ago, and we have different segments. For instance, we have interviews of the heads of the Olympic Committee, and also we have interviewed different government officials from both China and also countries from other Asian countries, and also we have interviewed past champions and participants, famous athletes, long before we came here. A lot of preparations has been made, and also we already featured a lot of human stories before we come here. And for setting up the studio alone, it takes a lot of time to find the right location, because you can see the studio can see both the big lotus, a small lotus. It's almost the best location. And we also have two small studios back in the media center in the Olympic Village. Yeah, so we can have these on the field interview. So it's like a long. It took a couple of months to prepare, and it's a big event, and it's one of the most important sports events in Asia, and it's so important for Hangzhou as well as a host city. As you can see, it has a lot of experience to host international events like this, because back in 2016 it hosted the G20 summit. I was there to cover the G20 summit, and the host city both software and hardware and the cooperation from the citizens are very well equipped. and people are very cooperative when it comes to, because we'll have some certain traffic controls, and we also have some infrastructure buildings. People are very cooperative, and they are very experienced in facilitating different organizations or departments in organizing an international event like this. Hangzhou is one of the best cities here in China. It's best known for its tourism, its culture, and you know, during the because October the 1st is our national day, and we have a golden period, travel peak during the 7-day holiday. And then you can see, you've been to the West Lake, right? You see tons of visitors come to the West Lake and also come to the sports venue to watch the Asian Games. So it's actually the best season for Hangzhou. So you come at the right place, the right time to enjoy the best view during the Asian Games.
Wow, that's perfect. We're really glad that we came at the perfect time just to see the Asian Games. And have there been any collaborative efforts with other countries as well? I'm sure that there's many people coming from all over the world. Has CGTN also made collaborations with other countries who are participating in the Asian Games?
Because as we have cooperated, such as our cooperation, CGTN with TVRI, we also have cooperation with other media outlets from Asia. For instance, from Iraq, from Singapore, from South Korea, and from other countries of the Asian countries. We have a special program called Beyond the Arena. That's what we have just organized. We've been discussing for days. And this Beyond the Arena is one of the joint program co-produced by CGTN and other media outlets from Asian countries, and aim to explore the human stories and the latest events and the human stories from behind the scene. So CGTN, we also have Arabic channel, Spanish channel, French channel, Russian as well. So we'll be covering in different languages of this special event.
Wow, so it's very international collaboration as well, with many different countries. And how do you feel right now being in Hangzhou, because the headquarters of CGTN is Beijing, and right now it's Hangzhou. It is one of the biggest sports events in history, and from the perspective of a Chinese news agency that's official from China Media Group, I'm quite curious, how has the responses been of the media here anticipating this Asian Games? Has it been positive? Have people really been looking forward to it, you know, ever since last year? What do you think?
As I mentioned, Hangzhou is a place who has abundant experiences of hosting international events like this. G20 Summit back in 2016 is one of the best examples. And also, here in Hangzhou, you can see a lot of hardware, software. They're ready to better facilitate the visitors and athletes here. I don't know if you got a chance to visit the athletes village, and they are well equipped, and as I know, athletes are having a great time eating and having a rest beyond the arena, and they're having a fantastic time. And I think for Chinese media, it is so important because it's one of the most important events during the year. And China has spent so much effort in hosting international competitions like this to raise the international reputation. And of course, we're so proud the Asian Games could come to Hangzhou to enjoy the best views of one of our best cities, so that you can, even if it's the first time for you to visit China, Hangzhou is the best place to be.
Wow, that means all these people visiting are incredibly lucky to be able to be visiting one of the best cities as well. Last question, Hou Na. What are you expecting and most looking forward to right now in Hangzhou for the 2022 Asian Games?
For me personally, it's a great honor for me to join the co-produced special program Beyond the Arena, and it's What I'm looking forward to is CGTN. It's well received by our international audience and our international colleagues from other news media outlets to better enjoy the sports event, the sporting spirit of the athletes and the reporters as well, because they've been busy covering the event. I hope they enjoy the best of the time. At the same time, they can enjoy the Chinese culture and the sporting spirit, both from the Chinese teams and other teams as well, by lifting the Asian Games spirit to a new high. That's my biggest expectations on the Asian Games.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Hou Na, news anchor from China Global Television Network, for your time. We really appreciate you being here with us.
Thank you, Audrey, for having me, and hope you have a nice day in Hangzhou.
Thank you so much. Well, that is it for our report. I'm Audrey Utoyo and camera person Danu Dirjamukti reporting for TVRI World.